And this is the Fight Digest. Today is all about Francis Ngannou beating Ciryl GANE. So let's talk about it. This fight was a good fight, a little bit of back and forth action. Unfortunately, no knockout or submission. Francis Ngannou beats Ciryl GANE. In addition, he beats the UFC by proxy because this was the last fight on his UFC deal. So we have to see what's going to happen with that. But let's focus on this fight here. I had the first round going for Francis, just barely edging out Gane in the first round. In the second round, I gave it to Ciryl Gane. I feel like Ciryl Gane, he was finding his rhythm and it was going with his pace, especially with the leg kicks. That was the determining factor in round two. But in round three, Francis won big with ground control, takedowns. Really, that was the most dominant round of the entire fight. I give that round totally to Francis. So depending how you're looking at the fight so far, round one was close, but I gave it to Francis. So I have it 2-1 Francis going into the fourth round. But you can give an argument for giving round number one to Gane as well. In the fourth round, Gane, I had him early with his leg kicks on the feet. He was kind of controlling the fight. But the second half of the fight, Francis get the takedown, and it's all over from there. Francis has the ground control, and he basically continues what he did in round three. So at this point, I had it 3-1 Francis, but some people had it 2-2, depending on how you look at this fight. But I had it Francis at this point. There was no need to really go to the fifth round, but his corner thought he might have lost that fight. And basically, if you listen to Francis' corner, they do argue for whoever wins this round wins the fight. And yes, they were definitely right when it comes to the judges because it was 48-47. The scores for Francis and then 49-46. So if he would have lost the fifth round, he probably would have lost the fight. Now, looking at round five, I thought Gane was doing really well. He was winning early parts, just like in the fourth round. But just like just like in the fourth round, he made a calculated mistake. Actually, he's the one who initiated the takedown, but Francis was able to reverse it. It was like a lot of good. Watching this fight, I was expecting a nice stand-up fight, back and forth action. There was some stand-up, but it really was a ground game type of fight. And I would give it to Gain as well. He did good, especially in the third round with his getting up. But overall, the weight of Francis definitely took its toll on Gain throughout the fight. And you can see that definitely in round five, where Francis basically controlled the rest of the round, basically edging out Gain in this fight. So I had it 3-2, or actually 4-1 for Francis, just like one of the judges. But all the judges had Francis winning. I'm glad to see Francis win because I want to see what's going to happen with his career. His contract is, depending on how you look at the language and who you ask, is basically a done deal. He did not renew his contract with the UFC. He bet on himself. Now we're going to see where we're going to go from there. I'll probably do another video kind of talking about more of that aspect of the fight in another video. But today, I thought this was a good fight. I think Ciryl Gane, we can see him again. He's like a young, hungry dude. I think he has a lot of good skills. Only thing is, he needs to work on his killer instinct a little bit more. He does get a little bit too relaxed in the fight game, but also the takedown in the fifth round cost him the fight. So he might need to find a new gym to train at, but also he could probably stay there because at the end of the day, um, he's still a good fighter, but he does need to tweak some things. But he's still brand new to the game, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen with him. But obviously, Francis definitely became better coming to the states, training at Extreme Couture. leaving his old coaches behind, unfortunately, but you can see massive improvements in his game, especially with the takedown and grappling. And that can also be contributed to as well with his connection to Carl Carl Usman, who's a great wrestler in himself. So we're gonna see where this is gonna go, man. I think Francis have a bright future ahead. Um, I'd love to see what's gonna happen next. But that's pretty much all I want to talk about today, man. Great fight. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as we do our thing and talk about boxing and MMA. Keep your hands up. Peace.